What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Talkbox. Check it out. You need to like and subscribe. Come on and catch a motherfucker. Boy, DOA playlist. Let's keep it funky.
YouTube family and YouTube world, hope everyone is well and blessed. Like I always say, continue to pray for this country. Pray for your neighbors. We are in a time to where, we're just in a time where we really need prayer, and just always remember that God is in control of the situation no matter what. Before we get started, I got to do a little house cleaning, right, Mayo? We got to do the house cleaning part?
5 times.
5 times, okay. 5 times. So I got to ask my phenomenal guest, my homeboy, just to bear with me 1 second so I get this out the way, all right? Because my boy makes me do this. Okay. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. Can we just do it 4 today?
Just do the 5.
5? Okay. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. That's 5 times. You happy?
Happy.
Good. So, my producer, my brother makes me do this. He said we got to do it going in and we got to do it going out, coming out. So we good? Can we get the thing going?
Let's get it.
Because I got a monster bass player with me today, bro.
Today.
Yeah, we got a monster, man. First of all, I want to say to everyone that if you're tuning in and hanging out with this conversation, you are blessed today because I have my brother that I've been trying to connect with a long time. The problem is he's so busy, man. This dude is all over the place. He's doing his thing. He's traveling. He's touring. He's in the process of making his record. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to have a great conversation with my Bay Area little brotherhood, none other than the one, the only, the funky, the ridiculous. Everybody know I'm telling the truth about this dude. Y'all show your love for my guy, Uriah Duffy. What's up, boy?
Pleasure to be here, man. Great to see you.
I gotta salute my brother, man. Listen, man. First of all, thank you, brother, for being here. I know how busy you are. I've been trying to connect with you for a long time, and like everyone else, man, I appreciate your time. Just to hang out with me, have a conversation. My Bay Area funk greasy brotherhood that's just slinging grease, slinging doo-doo all over the world.
Hey, I learned it from watching the best.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you doing it, brother. Listen, man, I want to thank you for being here and hanging out with me for a few, man. Appreciate you.
Honor to be here, man. I'm glad we finally get to connect even through the screen here. It's worth every second to me.
Uriah, man, let's get into this, man. First of all, brother, I got to ask you this. Where are you from?
I grew up on both coasts. So my dad was in Rhode Island. My mom's in Berkeley, California. And looking back as an adult, it was really beneficial musically. From what I picked up out there, from what I picked, from marching band, jazz band, fusion, theater, and then on the West Coast, Dr. Dre, Too Short, Oakland Funk, Metallica. Those two worlds kind of combined in my head. So,
wow. But you were born in Rhode Island, or were you born in?
I'm a native Rhode Islander.
Got you. So, when did you start on bass first, or did you start on drums, or where did you start?
I don't play no other instruments, man. I can play enough in the studio to produce, but I would never do it live. I actually started on bass.
You start at what age?
I was interested in it at 3. I remember seeing the bass speaker, and my dad had some stuff around, and I was just interested. And then at 5, I was more interested in the guitar that had the bigger neck and the bigger strings. And it wasn't until about 8. I mean, he brought me to a lot of live shows, and it was one show that really, really took off in my head. He brought me to a Rush show, and I went back home and picked up his guitar and played just the E string, the bass line from the song Tom Sawyer, which is a pretty memorable line. It's probably one of their biggest songs. And I just learned it all on one string. And when we realized that was the bass, notes I was remembering. I got a bass by that Christmas. That was
Really?
in 84 or 85, yeah.
Wow. So 84, 85, your first bass.
Yeah.
How old were you?
9 or 10?
Man, 84, I graduated, bro.
Oh, man. Hey, you looking good, man. I don't know what's in the water in Sac. You in
Man,
Sac?
no, brother, 84. So you were 9 years old when you got your first. What was your first bass?
It was a short scale Hort slammer. It had a P bass pickup and some inline silver chrome and plastic tuning pegs. And that was it. I was in Wakefield, Rhode Island. Now this is a small town music store, and the dude just would let me, my little dumb butt, would come in there and figure out this bass from nearly opening to closing. I was just mesmerized. My brain is all the synapses are firing because I'm learning these patterns and stuff and figuring stuff out. They let me play it all day. So by that Christmas, Santa come down the chimney with a $125 bass, and that was it for me.
I love it, man. I love it. That's crazy, man. A court bass. I remember those basses, man. Now here's the lottery question. Do you still have it?
I do not.
That's
Early
a lot.
on in my, I learned if I lent out a bass for too long or if I didn't pay attention, like I had two basses that I wish I still had, my first two, and they ended up with friends or broken or somewhere. I had turned that one fretless at one point and did the Jocko thing and took the frets out and finished the neck. And I mean, mind you, I was like in seventh grade. Let's just trying to make it all work. Put glow in the dark paint on the lines. But yeah, it's since gone. My next good bass was a one of those Steinberger copies. It was by Hohner. It was a wooden Steinberger, which had actually a little more tone than the Steinberger in a way. And that was my first good bass. I mean, my second bass. My first good bass was after that.
I've never seen a wooden Steinberger. I've always seen the black ones or the white ones, back
So
then.
it is black, but instead of being made of a composite or graphite material, it was made out of wood. It was made by the Hohner company, and Hohner
Oh,
made a few different
wow.
basses.
Wow.
And it says Steinberger licensed by Hohner or Hohner licensed by Steinberger.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So from the ninth grade when you got your first bass, well, actually from three, you just knew that bass is what it was going to be for you. You knew that that's what it wanted to be for you for the most part.
Yeah. I have no idea why, man.
Now let me ask you this: how about your mom, dad? Were they musical? Your family, man? Any brothers or sisters in your family that get down as well?
Yes. So being me and my brother being children of the 70s, we were named after rock groups. So I'm named after the group Uriah Heep, and my brother's name is Yes, Yes. He was named after the group Yes. And so we were, there was music in the house. There was, Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin, David Gilmour and Pink Floyd, Rush, probably some Frank Zappa and some other stuff. But I remember the Led Zeppelin. I remember the Rush. And my dad's album collection is what kind of did it for me. So he played guitar. I would go to his rehearsals. He had all sorts of cool stuff, a Fender Jaguar, all these old school amps and stuff, which weren't as old school in the 70s. And I just kind of sat around at rehearsals and stuff and watched him do that. So that kind of got me into it. So meaning in the house when I was growing up, I had all the pedals, all the chords, and I could experiment and learn how they all worked with the amp, with the guitar.
Wow, so you had access to everything.
Yeah.
Now, was your dad a heavy touring musician as well, like you, or?
No, he was not. He was more of a hobbyist, and he always came up with very interesting music, and still does to this day. It's interesting because people ask him, "Hey, do you still listen to Uriah Heep?" And yes, and I think his answer would be no. That was creative and groundbreaking at the time. Because these days he's still turning me on to stuff. He likes different new groundbreak. He listens to metal beyond what I listen to in the metal genre. He's got an 8-string guitar now with the axe effects and he altered tunings. He's continuously breaking new ground with it.
Wow. And that's crazy, man. So you have a brother named Yes?
I do.
That's crazy, dude.
Been very positive for him. Worked out good.
Bro, I was wondering, because you have such a unique name. I was going to ask you, where your name come from. I was wondering, man, about that.
Yep. Rock bands from the 70s, man.
Wow. So you just got one brother and your sisters that play or anything?
So with my brother Yes and I being from the 70s, we have the same mom and same dad, but then being on both coasts, then the families grew on each side, so I ended up getting two siblings on each side of the states. And so I actually do have a half brother who looks like a full brother to me, who is a touring bass player. And so his name is Dorian. He lived in Chicago for most of his adult life, and now he's looking to settle elsewhere, maybe LA or something. But yeah, he played around a lot. One of his last projects he did was one of Bernie Worrell's last projects. Bernie played on his album, and now I'm trying to urge my brother to finish these tracks and get it out to the world. He and Bernie had a cool relationship.
Now, Uriah, man, you're such a staple in the Bay Area, man. You've been able to navigate your way and connect with all the real players and do some major things down over through your career. And you're still such a young dude, man. Why the Bay Area opposed to LA or New York?
Or Boston. So I had a full scholarship at Berkeley School of Music. But when I graduated, let's see, I graduated in June of '93. Then I had my birthday, turned like 19. Then I had a son, and I had an offspring, and I wasn't gonna. I had to decide: do I want to study music at a college in Boston, a college town that gets cold in the winter, has small streets, or go to my other life I had been growing up in Berkeley, California, the other Berkeley, with my mom, and better weather and resources and such. So I ended up not going to Berkeley School of Music, went to Berkeley, California, and got into the gigging scene right away. Now, in terms of other cities, I always fantasize about other cities, man. The grass is always greener. I think I've gotten really far on the ladder here, and then I think, well, maybe I'll be even further if I move to Berlin or, some other hubs or Paris or find some other places that at least love funk and urban music like I do. But the Bay Area has seemed to check all the boxes, man. I've tried LA a few times. I have an LA phone number. And I love going down there for work. I got friends. I got a lot of people that have made a lot of money or just success down there from the Bay. And I've tried it, man. My day-to-day life in the Bay is where it's at for me. And the life-work balance is where it's at for me.
That's a great story. So when you say you tried LA, did you actually live out there at one period?
I did. I first tried it, probably did a year there, but it was in '95. It was like, I didn't really know anyone there. I worked at a Kinko's in Beverly Hills. I was the computer guy, the computer service manager. And then I got a couple of rehearsals and stuff, a couple gigs, but nothing much. So I moved back to the Bay, and then I subsequently tried LA a few other times, Santa Monica and near Ralph's on Sunset, and it just never clicked. Maybe I haven't given it the proper time. Maybe I didn't have the right timing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now they got Southwest, and it's just easy to go down and commute. But I'm not down there. I'm not into people's eyes.
You're not into people's eyes. I was getting ready to ask a question regarding the vibe, the treatment, the energy. Because LA can be kind of, fickle. It's a different vibe. And it's not, LA is a fun place to be. I love it. But sometimes the people, it can be, the energy could be strange. Did you experience some of that? Or did you get the welcomes, the arms wide open and the big bear hugs? Or was it like, I don't know about this cat. He's little, I don't know. Or what was it like?
I wasn't even in that realm when I was first trying. I was too young. I was more personal developing. I did recognize that in LA, out of 100 people coming at you with offers of stuff, 99 of them were full of BS. And navigating that is very important, or recognizing that. A lot of people are really trying to live their dreams and do stuff, but a lot of them are kind of predatory. I started feeling bad for, young girls that might move there and start their careers and stuff, and tell them, use your eyes, use your ears, use your heart, because a lot of people's stuff is really nothing. And they build up, a good game. Yeah, I think that's about it. I just never really clicked down there. Now I got a ton of friends. I'm sure it would be bear hugs. I know it would be some invitations and stuff. And if I gave it the time, it would probably work out great. But in my heart, I just love my day-to-day life up here.
And that's cool because you know, right now everything is, you know, way more convenient than it was back then, and you're able to live where you want to live, and still be successful and make a living and you know, and work, and you know, you don't have to. People will fly you. You pretty much probably live anywhere you want right now and still keep, you know, stay busy. And you know, I've always admired that. 'Cause your story and my story is kind of the same. You know, when I ventured off for like 3 years in LA, then eventually coming back and to SAC, and I'm glad I did. I'm just glad I did for a whole bunch of reasons, man. But to be able to do it in your comfort of your home, your city, cats that you know with a vibe, and the scene is, man, that's a blessing, man. That's great to be able to do that. And like you said, if you got to go to LA, you got places to go. You know, you like you said, they gonna embrace you now because, you know, of who you are, and you know with the name you made for yourself in this business, man. At such a young age. Uriah, talk a little bit about for some people on my platform who don't really know like some of your things. Just talk about some of the people, man, that you've been able to work with and play with, and you know, that sort of thing.
That makes me think like I am the Forrest Gump of bass. I mean, you might have felt this too, where you end up in places that are just phenomenal, or with artists that are phenomenal, or places we shouldn't be, and it's just like, wow, how'd I get here? It's really, I'm still flabbergasted, if we use that word. I mean, I really don't understand how I got all here, but I do know that the bass was the catalyst to it. And so I'm actually loading up another window here, clients, because I've and forgot how many.
Understood.
It's literally on my website. There's a clients button. But I'm looking at. So I've had the fortune of playing with a lot of name brand artists, but that's not to overlook the local artists, the original bands, the wedding groups, the corporate stuff, the stuff that pays my rent. Like, to me, it's all the same if I have a bass in my hands. I don't care if I'm in front of 90,000 people headlining a gig, or I got to go down the street, play on the street.
Well said. Well said, my brother.
So having said that, I've been blessed. I mean, I played with Christina Aguilera. It was Dwayne Wiggins got me on to play on her album. It was a song produced by Alicia Keys. I was in the band Whitesnake, which is one of the biggest bands in the world. I did that for 5 years and got to tour probably 1 year. I think we did 50 countries. What else? I got to be on stage with Prince at Paisley Park. I was touring with one of his singers, Liv Warfield, who's one of the most fabulous women out there. What else? I mean, there's so many other ones. Dave Hollister, I've played with, LaToya London, Too Short in his band, a lot of hip hop stuff. The Coup, Lyrics Born, this is all from the Bay Area. It's I, Too Short. I was in a version of Sly and the Family Stone.
I was waiting on that one.
We were trying to get Sly out of hiding, man. We were trying to get him out. We had Greg on drums, Jerry and Cynthia on horns, and Sly's sister singing vocals. It was so amazing that they took me on. I was in my 20s at the time. And Wilton Rabb was on guitar, who became one of my closest friends. To this day, we gigged together. And he's in Grand Central Station, but he knows this music inside and out. We are blessed with guitar players here in the Bay Area, especially Richmond, California. You know, we got Charles Spikes, we got Freddie from Sly, Wilton, Levi Caesar from Prince's band. He lives down the street. There's guitarists that understand bass players in this neighborhood. So I'm just blessed. So that camp, the Sly and the Family Stone, they pulled me in. I did it for a while. Then I left before Sly ever rejoined.
Man, listen, man. You there's some names in there that I had that just new to me. So I mean, but your career is phenomenal, man. At still such a young age, man. You still got, you know, a lot of life left, a lot more things to do, and you've accomplished so much at a young age, which, you know, I admire so much. You know, when I meet brothers like yourself and sisters that's doing it on that high level, man, and been able to reach a level at such a young age, man. Because, you know, like you said, man, you never asked for any of this, man. I know my goals were very, very small when I came in. When I first was dreaming, my dreams were small. you know, and my accomplishment, what I wanted to achieve, dude, it was very small. You never could imagine, like you said earlier, being blessed to do some of the things you've done, places you've seen, and not only that, to be paid for doing what you love, bro. They pay you. You've been paid for this to make a living, man. I'm looking at your wall of, and I'm sure there's probably about 40 or 50 more bases behind hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
But man, your style of playing is, you're such a diverse bass player. You're a well-diverse bass player. You can play anything, man, and I admire that. I mean, I wish I had that. I don't, but you could play anything, any style of music, and you know, I think that's a great thing. Why was it important for you to be able to tap in to different genres and different styles of music, and make that a part of your gift and your artistry? Because, dude, you're just not a funky dude. And when I say funk, I'm talking about FONK to everybody who want to learn something. That O just add a little bit more doo-doo in it when you put that O in it. You dig what I'm saying? Versus the U. The U is cute, but the funk with the funk.
Yes.
It's the O. So you're just not a funky bass player, bro. You play everything, man. Every style of music. Was that something that you wanted, or talk a little bit about that?
I think I was a bassist before I became a musician. The musician part hadn't developed yet. And as a bassist, all the brain activity was being hit if I was playing good stuff. And I saw two kinds of music, good and bad. And that was genre independent. It didn't matter. And I played my first gigs in Berkeley were bluegrass gigs. Doom, 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 doom. And that challenge to get it consistent, to get it, to support the soloist, there was a challenge there. I loved doing it. Progressive rock music, very technical. I learned dexterity. I learned the weirdest long form song arrangement stuff. Just how to arrange weird tunes and keep it diatonic, but then go outside. Progressive rock gave me that. Classic rock, mostly riff based. Learn a good riff from AC/DC or Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin, and then dig into that and be consistent. There was something in every genre for me. And on the West Coast was definitely playing in some churches out here, learning R&B, and having a couple people, they weren't quite my mentors, but they saw something in me and threw me in. Pick Funk, Eric Smith threw me in on the Lettucey gig, threw me in with Guapale. Some of these people believed in me, and that's where I really got to dig in and find where to put the beat for R&B. Are you ahead of it? Are you behind it? Are you right on it? Erykah Badu's live album comes out, Voodoo comes out, and now I'm like, okay, Pino. He's going to do this template that I think Raphael kind of set of how far can you lean back in a stool without falling over kind of bass playing. And I think of that when I hear like Lady or the other stuff on Voodoo. It's genre independent for me. Metal, another one. It's aggressive. I can get out an energy I can't sitting on a stool on an R&B gig. I can run around, and there's a technical precision to doing it correctly, which is the same. In the end, I have the same role across all genres. The anchor. I mean, that's literally why I got this.
Love it. Dope. Well, man, listen, I have a lot of admiration for how, diverse of a player you are, bro. I really appreciate that. You can sit in any room. You don't have to say no to a gig because you can't do the gig. You can say no if it just doesn't work for you, but not because skill level you can't do it. So, dude, I applaud you for that. And any other musicians that has that, that skill like that, man, you know about Grease. Everybody really don't know. They want to learn about the Grease. But you know about the Grease. I think you can sit down and play some quartet stuff too. And that's a whole nother line. That's a whole nother line of bass playing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
it is.
and you playing for the churches, so you playing for a choir, quartet, it's gonna be completely different. So you sitting down everywhere, man. So I really applaud you for that. My next thing is this: I got to get into what is Uriah doing right now. I kind of know, but let's talk a little bit about what are you doing right now.
There's always a baseline of what I'm always doing, and that's being a hired session guy. I mean, I've kind of it's a dream come true. I get to play doing gigs, but I'm spread a bit thin now. And as I get older, I mean, I just can't. I'm a bit tired right now. I just got off 5 dates in 5 days, all fly days. So you're talking like 4 or 5 hours of sleep tops a night. I just went down to the South and did a whole smooth jazz tour. Oh, that's another genre that they're starting to find out about me. So I'm doing a bunch more smooth jazz gigs. So doing gigs for people is what I do. If I look back in the past 30 days, people are like, wow, are you in this band? Are you in this band? I'm like, I was in 10 bands this month. And it's really, it ain't bass playing at that point. It's just loading music in and out and in and out and keeping organized. And I have a lot of tips to do that. I've been trying to talk to other musical directors, and we talk about different ways of staying organized and keeping bands organized. Another topic. All right, so having said that my baseline is as a bassist, I am trying to do my own album instead of doing it for other people. And I've been doing it for other people, and it's kind of a cop out. Not a cop out, but I get to hide behind it. And it's not my name on it. I can do it for other people. There's no risk involved. I get paid. And I've been putting off doing my own thing forever. Not that this time was wasted, because I learned a crap ton along the way. And everything, as I said earlier, is a learning experience. And every session I've done has been just that. And I've taken all of that and my musical direction and put it into me for once. And so that's what I'm working on. And it might be 4 EPs. It's like a 30-year gestation period. So a lot of stuff's going to come out. And it's across different genres. So I haven't quite organized it all yet. But I got a good portion of it done by having a deadline. That word that I didn't want to abide by. And my wife was so instrumental. She's like, you don't believe in deadlines? What about your 50th birthday? And so 50th came, and I used that as a deadline. And I didn't get the whole album finished because it ends up being 4 albums. But I got 80% done. All the tracking is done. And it's very live. I'm not even going to edit it. Maybe a couple things here and there. But the live essence has been captured. And then the final thing where I'm at now, vocals. We like to make fun of the vocalists. I don't anymore, because it takes a lot to get the content, the subject of the song, the content, the flow, the wordplay. And that's kind of where I'm at now, is figuring out what singers to place where and how to direct them into making the song better than it was instrumental. And they're good instrumental.
That's very cool, man. Now I'm excited about you doing your project. We've talked about it, and I'm excited. But I want to ask you this. So, as the musician you are, with so many genres, so much music you have in your brain, is there one set direction that you're going with your project, or is it kind of like you're just doing what you want to do? You're breaking the rules. What are you doing direction wise?
It's weird, because when we grew up, there was albums, a whole concept, a whole story, and read both sides, see the inside, and that's kind of gone now. I definitely miss that. People are consuming song by song by song. So I heard there was some artist, I forget who it is, it's putting out singles. They say, forget the album, y'all put your own albums together. That's one way of looking at it. I haven't figured it out yet, man. I ended up having 3 different studios and 3 different bands. I had one band, I said, you guys are going to be my Motown band, because we did something in the studio before. I had flat wounds on and a big Ampeg 15-inch, broken probably. And it just sounded good with Motown sounds and tones, so we wrote for that. I wrote for that, and I had them all come in. And we got 6 songs out of that. And then I had another group doing the funk fusion, the more technical stuff, but also really Bay Area funk in it, which is instrumental. And that was I did that at Skyline Studios. And then a third thing happened, and this is actually really important to me. I noticed if you commit to something, some doors will open that you never would imagine could open. And in committing to this project, someone calls me out the blue and said, Uriah, man, you know the Plant Studios? The Plant? In Sausalito, where Prince did his first album, where Sly recorded, where Stevie Nicks wrote Dreams. I mean, the history is just leaking out of this place. Well, they're reopened, and they said, "Do you have any music? We want to give you a few days in the studio to prime the pump as we're open again." Called 2200 Studios, and in my head, I knew I didn't have the music yet, but I knew to say yes. Yes, I have music. I'll be there, and that's the one where I brought in Graham Central Station. So I'm with my favorite band recording where Larry and Grand Central Station recorded. And Larry's all full aware about it, that the band's all with me. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you in that room? You go in and go to the right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So it's so that's where it stands now. Motown section, funk fusion, funk Bay Area, and then some production tracks I want to do with singers.
Okay, I'll tell you what, because you got me thirsty now. You got me thirsty on today. So Thursday, thirsty. You talk about these different genres. So you say you got the Motown, you got the funk, you got whatever. So can you play something? Can you tease us with just a little snippet, just the tracks of different 3 or 4 different genres that you're talking about right now? Can you share something with us?
Let's go here. I'm gonna play 2 little snippets from the Motown section.
Okay.
This one's a political song called "Today." This one has the vocals done.
Put 'em in a suit, put 'em in a tie, nothing but a cheat, nothing but a lie. Nevertheless, you're just dressing a pig. You can't disguise them, we all know what it is. Breaking the rules, crossing the lines, must be a gangster, showing all the signs. Do anything to get money to burn. Somehow it matters much, how did you earn?
They could whoa. We don't want. They gotta go buy this shit. I promise you that, dog. We don't want to. We just tease them a little bit, man. That feels so good, man. Let's hear another one. That's dope.
All right, this is also from, and now it's not exactly Motown, but it's those tones I'm going for. I'm gonna go for the stereo spread and all that.
Absolutely. And your vocals, that's you, right?
No, that one's actually one of my best friends. His name is Luke Monfrank. He is a vocalist here in the Bay Area, and he was the man for the job.
Good job.
So, and I am singing on some of them, but we'll see if we keep that or not.
Okay.
Here's another one with Luke Mon. If you thought that one felt good, I think let's give this a sample. So it goes on like that. His voice comes in. It's so beautiful.
We gotta be good to each other in every moment. All we have is right now. You and me right now.
So
Very nice. Now, where did you say you cut this at? Was this at the record?
No. So this stuff, and I feel so bad. I don't know the name of the studio. I know the guys so well that I never even got the name of the studio.
It feels good though, man.
Yeah, there's a bass player here named Jonathan Kirchner, who's a good friend of mine, and we've toured in bands together. He's in a band called Combrio. It's his band.
Okay.
And he has a vintage sounding studio here in on the Emeryville Oakland border. Right over by Fantastic Negrito studio is this room that has all the vintage gear, and we recorded this live. And then I went back and overdubbed some horns, but hey, I gotta just play the end of this song. Hold on, let me pull this up, because by the time it blooms,
Cherish every moment. Every moment. We gotta be good to cherish every moment.
So I want to leave it on that. When that organ comes
That
in,
feels good, man. Feels good. Feels real good, man. You gotta play me. You gotta play me at least one of the Graham joints, man. If you have something, I gotta hear a little bit of that before we shut this down. Gotta hear.
Yeah.
Let me hear some of that funk, man.
let's see. Let's man. I did 5 with them, and some of these songs on both sessions I was writing on the way to the studio. I'm gonna play you the one that's the most Graham-esque.
Okay.
Starts out with that dance to the music beat that Brian Brazil plays so perfectly. Now, mind you, this is no overdubs yet, or probably ever. This is just how we sound. That's how you get at that one.
Woo!
Ooh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's undeniable. It's undeniable sonically. I mean, you got the guys. You got the guys. So sonically, man, it sounds amazing. It's nostalgic, and man, I hear you over there in that bass, man. What bass is that, man?
Well, on the Motown stuff, I used an appropriate bass. I used a P bass with flat wounds on it, and on the Graham stuff, and I can't really keep calling it Graham stuff. I mean, it's my stuff with Graham Central Station, so
Right.
I'll have to figure out what to call it. I don't want to tarnish Larry's 40-year name on the band.
Right.
But I used my Fender Jazz because that was appropriate. That where is it there? The Sunburst one. I think
Got you.
You've seen that one before.
Yeah.
And then on the Funk Fusion, I use a 5-string. Yeah, I just those are my main go-tos. That jazz bass is where I grease.
Wow.
5-string is where I do everything else here. That's my
Right.
main. I've had this one 26 years.
Yeah. Is that your Lakeland?
Yeah, this is the main.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Lakeland.
Yeah. But man, it sounds great, brother. It sounds great. I'm just happy for you, man, that you finally, doing your project and doing it for you. Have something that belongs to you. Like you said, you've done it for everybody else for so many years. Now you creating this body of work for yourself and giving it a chance to live and breathe. So I think I'm most excited about your project. Because this is something that belongs to you. It's your own IP, and that's kind of like where we are now. And you want to put some music out there, a body of work out there, so it can live, and long after you're gone, for your kids, your grandkids, and so on and so forth, can know and have a legacy of who their father was. So, dude, I commend you, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear. And I love how you're piecing it together. You're taking your time, piecing it together, thinking out stuff. And it's musical. You're doing what you want to do, man. So it's super dope. I'm really excited for you, man, because I know we talked about how important this project, trying to get it off the ground, and you jumping in and doing it. So, right
And
on.
it's changing your mindset, though. Because you're being a background musician to being an artist. It's
Absolutely.
a whole different game.
Absolutely. It's a whole
I'm a
different
baby
thing.
in this. I'm an OG in the other world and a baby in this one. So
Right.
I'm fine. I'm taking baby steps.
There you go. Well, you're doing good things, man. Listen, before I let you go, man, tell people how we can reach Uriah Duffy, man, how we can find you, how we can connect with you.
The easiest way, I mean, these days it's been Instagram. Back in the day it was Facebook. I was on the web even in the 90s. I was doing, the MySpace, and before that, GeoCities. And I'm a nerd. I like getting into the computer. But right now, the ease of use for Instagram has been really the way I've connected with people, gotten gigs, able to share my stories on the 24-hour timeline. And then every now and then I'll do a real post. Those also post to Facebook. So you can find me on Facebook as well. But I do have an old school website where I keep the gigs posted, and those gigs have been posted since '95. So that's
give out your handle on Instagram and Facebook and all that, so people will know.
So my handle will be Uriah Duffy, just my name, on both, and then UriahDuffy.com.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Man, dude, I can't thank you enough, man, for hanging out. But before I let you go, I gotta ask you the question that I ask everybody.
Okay.
Uriah Duffy got 4 bass players he's gonna put on Mount Rushmore. You gotta tell me your 4 bass players. Yeah, I know, dude, that you're gonna put on your Mount Rushmore. Give them to me, bro.
Because there was the ones in my formative years that really made me who I am, and then there's the bassists who, in my later years as an adult, where I have different ears. But all right, so hands down, Geddy Lee's gonna have to go on there because Geddy Lee was my dude. Now, second to Chris, there's Chris Squire and Billy Sheehan and all them, and Stu Ham. They were my next ones. But there's modern bass players too. I mean, Hadrian Farrow. I mean, he is fucking a knucklehead. He's a good friend of mine. So I'm saying that he's just a mess of a person in a most beautiful way. I don't know how he does what he does on bass. He's a Mount Rushmore bass player. So is Mono Neon. Mono Neon is a new savior for what can be done with a bass, upside down and the wrong way around. Larry Graham. I mean, I was saving that one because he was definitely in there. So I'm like somewhere between Geddy Lee and Larry Graham with a side of the technical and fusion funk guys.
Got you.
There it is. That's a weird ass Mount Rushmore. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a weird. Not only is it weird, it's like not a fair question because there's so many people.
Jameson, Rocco, Pino,
absolutely,
Marcus.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of I get people with that question all the time, so I have to get you with it, bro.
Okay. I'll take it.
Cool, man. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on, hanging out with me, man. Let's get together again here real soon, real quick. What we got here? Oh, there you go. That's another one.
It's on your desk.
That's another one, exactly. That's
got it right here.
Come on, man. That's another one. That's one of my heroes, without a doubt.
Yeah, Jamerson.
Without a doubt, man. That's one of my heroes. So, let's get together real soon, bro, and catch up, and and I'm looking forward to hearing. I can't wait till the project comes out, man. I really can't.
Yeah, I would love to chat with you about that. I don't really know my next steps. Like I said, I'm a baby, so I got to figure some stuff out, talk to some people, figure out how to release stuff these days. That's a whole new question.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, man, when you're ready to sit down, you know how to get me, man. Just anytime, bro. Anytime. All right.
Awesome. I appreciate
man.
that.
No, thank you for hanging out with me, man. It means a lot, man. Listen, before I let everybody go, I got to say again, continue to pray for our country, your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters. We're living in a different kind of time, y'all. That's all I'm going to say, but just always remember that God is in control. He's the king and the ruler of everything. That's where I put my hope and trust in. All right, so I appreciate y'all. Oh, we got to do... Okay, so Uriah. So look, I gotta do this thing again, right? So, but I'm gonna ask you to help me out. I'm gonna ask you to help me out with when I say hit it, just hit it for me, okay?
Okay, I'll begin.
All right. So just get ready, all right?
All right, what am I hitting?
Are you gonna see? You I ain't gotta tell you. Is it because I want to prove to my producer that we just gonna do it just freestyle. Just be ready, okay? All right. You got me? Don't let me down, bruh. Don't let me down, Hammy-town. Here we go. All right. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. That's 1. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. That's 2. See, I'm helping them out. Mm-hmm. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. That's 3. Please go and like and subscribe to the page. That's 4. I got one more, right?
Yeah, one more.
Hit it for me, right?
Please go and like and subscribe to the page.
Woo! Woo, my man. 100 grand. Even though I had to spoon feed it to you because you was I wanted to make sure you didn't let me down, Hammy-town.
Yeah.
All right, it worked. We got it though.
We got it, man. Come on. We got it. We got it. My guy. Listen, man, I want everybody to please go follow this brother here. Support his artistry, his craft. I call it a ministry, his work, his body of work. Just go and follow him and support him. Love on him. Go to his Instagram. Go follow him there. All his platforms. And I'm telling you, y'all won't be mad. Y'all really see how this brother really plays and who he is as a bassist and as a bass player. And he's just a great human being. So, Uriah, thank you for being here, my brother. I really, really, really appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well, man.
Y'all, show your love for the one and only, my man, 100 grand from the Bay. All right, my Bay Area brother, the one and only Uriah Duffy. Show your love.
DOA playlist. Let's get the funk out.